for a great episode, as Doc B said today. Which we think is going to be absolutely incredible. In love and out of my mind. All right, and y'all know how we do. This ain't just about convo between me and Doc B. You guys are a part of it too. So make sure you hit that like button, tap that screen, send those gifts, and drop by. Drop all those comments in the chat. We really appreciate it. We love to hear, any love that you guys lost over, anything that you guys may have done, for the sake of love.
Yes.
Darn, I really did that for love.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you.
Yeah, you're gonna be questioning yourself. Oh no, I didn't do that. Yes, you did. Okay, for our listeners out there, okay, guys, don't forget that you can catch this full experience on our main platform, which is YouTube at Live with J&B. And then for our podcast viewers, we are on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and Deezer. Basically, anywhere you get your podcast platform, wherever you're listening, just type in J&B Live Podcast, guys.
Exactly.
And you can get us.
Exactly. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in today. And we're going to start off with the illusion of forever.
Okay, guys. Before we get started, shout out to Big E, Digest for Life, and Jim for joining us. And thank you, Eric, for joining us as well. We appreciate you guys' support. Thank you again. I can't say it enough. Sean Mullins, thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate you, Amber. And of course, Jim, thank you guys for joining us. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the illusion of forever. In other words, you girls know, ladies, you think it's forever. He done told you it's forever. Okay, let's start with one of the most dangerous ideas in love. The fantasy, that fantasy of being with that man or that woman forever. Sometimes, guys, we love someone so much. We get so caught up. We're so afraid of losing them that we start ignoring reality. We start ignoring what is real. We start ignoring different signs. We are ignoring the signs. Then he's disrespecting you. He may be even abusing you. But all because this is my forever. That's what you're telling yourself. So you're ignoring the abuse, thinking that this man or this woman is going to be with you forever.
Yeah, and y'all, that illusion got people sitting in toxic relationships, suffering in silence, just to preserve the dream. They say, we've been together too long to start over. Or they'll change one day. Nah, fam. What if they don't?
Yeah, and it's another thing that you guys are saying, well, I don't want to be by myself. So you stay into a toxic relationship knowing that that relationship is not going anywhere. It's dead end. Okay? Now, this is the mindset of how people end up staying in dead end relationship for years and years. I know some people have been dating for years and they never got married. They confuse time with progress. But just because you've been in it long doesn't mean that it's healthy.
Exactly, or even worth saving. You can't waste a decade with the wrong person, or because you might miss the one that's meant for you.
Absolutely.
Loyalty ain't love if it's one-sided or painful. Come on, guys.
Yeah. That's the catch. Now let's be real, people. People hold on to what it could be, the potential. You see that potential. Oh, he gonna marry me one day. Oh, he's gonna be committed to me one day. He's gonna buy me this one day. They remember how life or sometimes that person used to be, or life used to be with that person. And they live in memory instead of reality. Love is supposed to evolve, not stagnate. Stagnate means stand still.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So y'all ask yourselves, tonight, are you holding on to a person or just the idea of what you wanted them to be? Drop your thoughts in the chats, guys.
Yes. Drop those in the chat. Thank you, Muhammad. Isa, brown skin, trellis, pumpkin, killer skin, Jackie. Thank you for joining us. Okay, guys, thank you.
All right, we got shout out to Nia Got Soul, who said, I stayed 7 years too long because I didn't want to be alone. Sis, you aren't alone tonight. You know, we feel you.
Yeah, I hear that often, so many times. I've even had a friend of mine that tell me one time she stayed in a relationship with her then husband. It's because she wanted all her children to be by the same man. Yes, she stayed in that relationship. She knew the relationship was toxic after child 1, but she had 2 more children with that particular man. Okay, guys, shout out to OG Marcus 90, who says, I kept saying she'll come back around. But guess what? She didn't. Thank you for keeping it real with me, OG Marcus 90.
We see you, family. You know, keep hitting that share button. We appreciate it. Tag someone who needs to hear this tonight, and keep rocking with J&B Live Podcast.
Yes, guys. Thank you, Derek Groves, Kill, Skinny Jackie. Thank you for joining us. Nisha Michelle, Kevin Williams. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate your support and much love to you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, now let's talk about when love costs you your freedom. We talked about that For My Man. I don't know if you guys have watched that show, but if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it, because women will do anything because they think they're in love. But let's talk about this ride or die mentality. Have you ever seen someone love so hard that they put themselves in legal danger? It's like catching a charge behind their partner. They're willing to go to jail. Even if they have children, they're willing to go to jail for that partner.
You know, and I know somebody that actually caught a case because they didn't want to snitch on their partner. You know, who wasn't even loyal to them in return. Love had them locked up while the other person was out living their best life. Are you serious?
That's what I'm talking about. That's right there. It's what's called delusional loyalty. It's not love. It's like self-destructing disguised as devotion. And sadly, some people don't even realize until it's too late, until they behind bars themselves.
You know what it is? People are thinking they're proving their love by risking everything. But real love ain't supposed to cost your freedom, your name, or your record.
Yes, and I cannot say this too many times. Sisters need to wake up, as well as the guys as well. But I know sisters because I've watched this show, and this is based on true stories of women going to jail, and it's called For My Man. So if you got to choose between love and your liberty, your freedom, that ain't love. That's manipulation.
Exactly.
Point blank in the story. Like my uncle used to say, period.
Exactly. And for those watching, if someone ever asks you to do something that puts your future in jeopardy, they don't love you. Trust me, they don't love you. They're just using you.
Exactly.
Let's get into it tonight. This first scenario, let me break it down to you guys. Tasha took the fall, okay? Tasha was a 27-year-old mom who fell in love with Q. You know, we changed these names, y'all. A man that was on parole. He said he needed loyalty, not love. What? She gave it to him. She started holding illegal items at her home, lying to the probation officers for him, and helping him move that product. Man, I'm not even going to say nothing about that. And while working full time and raising her son at the same time. One day a raid happened. Guess what? Tasha got arrested. And you know what? Q was gone.
Yeah,
he changed his number. She did 9 months in county, lost custody of her son, all so she could say, I did it for love.
Did it in the name of love. For my man. Okay, guys. That is crazy. Okay, thank you, 225 girl, for joining us. D Bronco 24, thank you for joining us. Also, Lexi Speaks Truth said, I was almost Tasha. Oh my God. I thank God every day that I walked away. Amen, sis. Thank you. I am so glad, Tasha, you came to your senses and you walked away before you lost it all.
And also we got Real One _ Mike said, my cousin did 2 years for his girl. She married someone else before he got out. Bruh, that's a heartbreak with handcuffs.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's so-called love disguised. Y'all, these stories are real and they matter. Keep them coming. Keep sharing. When you share, sometimes that's part of the healing process. So keep your healing, because guess what, guys? We got you. We got you. We hear you. We see you. Priscilla Farley. Hey, I think that's my niece. Hey, guys. Nisha Michelle Davis. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. We see you guys and we hear you. We hear you. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to jump into the next part of this here. Love versus faith. All right, check this out now. Now, let's shift gears just a little bit. What happened when love makes you compromise your faith? When you start watering down your beliefs just to keep somebody around.
In other words, you're getting lost in that person. It happens more than people are willing to admit it. Some people meet the love of their life. They just fall just in love. But that person mocks their spirituality. They say, why are you going to that church? Pressures them to abandon their practices, things that they've been believing in for years. And suddenly they're skipping prayer. They're no longer praying, and they're ducking church. And then they started doubting God.
Oh my God, man. I've seen brothers stop praying, sisters stop dressing how they spiritually used to, and all because their partner didn't vibe with that. Now that's tragic, y'all.
Oh, like I said, you're losing yourself. And the worst part, people, is once you betrayed yourself like that, because you're no longer yourself. You've left with guilt, and often that partner still leaves you. And then when he leaves you, what you gonna say? So now you lost that partner that you had, and guess what? You done lost your peace.
Love that costs you your connection with something higher. You know, basically, if whoever you in love with, if it costs you that connection that you have with God, that source, you know, that brings you peace, joy, and happiness, that ain't love. That's a soul snatcher. That's what we call it. A soul snatcher.
That's what I say. That's exactly what I say. Okay, guys, let's keep this thing rolling. This one right here hit me deep. This is the next area we want to talk about. I'm going to give you a scenario. Okay, this guy, Andre, he's a youth pastor. He fell for a woman who made fun of his faith. You know, everybody's not religious. At first, he tried to balance both worlds, the world between living in her world and his world. Then he stopped preaching.
Lord, no.
Then he stopped praying. Then he stopped believing altogether. She eventually cheated and left him. In other words, he became someone else. Andre told a friend, I used to wake up with a purpose. Now, he said he just wakes up.
That is absolutely crazy. Big shout outs to Pastor Kev on Purpose. Okay. Who said that was my story. Okay.
Wow.
I almost quit the ministry for somebody who didn't even believe in me. Oh wow.
Okay. All right, Joseph Hicks. We see you. Thank you for your comments. Sarah Hayes, thank you for your comments as well. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for your support. Okay, now, also Soul Sister Kia said, this made me cry. This is sad. It is sad. I thought love was supposed to bring you closer to God. It is supposed to bring you closer to God, not pull you away from God. But guess what, guys? You are not alone. You're not by yourself. Okay, guys? Now, we're going to talk about the financial devastation in the name of the love. In other words, losing it all, including your finances. Let's talk money. Love can mess with your wallets them pocketbooks, them bags real quick, guys. People out here taking out loans for people. They maxing out credit cards for people. They co-signing leases for people. All in the name of love.
And then they're left holding the bag while the other person ghosts them. It's the emotional version of being robbed, y'all.
Yes, they don't realize it until after it's happened. This is crazy. So some folks give thinking, they're thinking it's gonna make the love last. That's why they're willing to give. They're willing to buy him this, to buy him that, because they think it's gonna make him stay. But if I do this, they'll stay. But baby, love that
it ain't gonna
has to be bought. That's not love. That's considered a transaction.
Come on now. And if they only around when you paying for it, you ain't got a lover, you got a dependent.
Yes. So let's get into the next topic, guys. This is the cost of a broken heart and a broken bank account. Okay, Keisha believed in love and in his dreams. She paid for her man studio time. She believed in it. He had some dreams. She paid for his studio time. She paid for his video shoots. She paid for his car note. She paid his phone bill. That sister was putting out some money, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Everything. For 5 years, he called her, "That's my queen." Then he left her for another woman with less money, but more boundaries. In other words, I bet you that other woman wasn't paying for everything. So Keisha is left what? Broke and broken. Is she broke or broken? She's both.
Wow.
So guys, I see a comment now from Boss Chick Tay says, "I used to be Keisha. Okay, I gave more than I had, hoping it would make him stay. But baby girl, we love you. You don't have to you don't have to buy a man. It's time for you to rebuild."
Exactly. And Truth Heals 83 said, "Never again. I'd rather be alone than used."
Yes.
That's power right there, young lady. That's power right there.
Yes. So shout out to those who are online with us this evening. We got Keith Henderson. Thank you for joining us. Much love to you guys. Thank you guys for your continued support. We appreciate it. Okay, guys, the most dangerous thing we can do is lose ourselves. That's the worst thing we do for love. We lose ourselves. We talked about it a few minutes ago. You're doing all of this, you're doing all of that, and you're losing yourself bit by bit, piece by piece, until you look around in the mirror and you don't even recognize who you are.
You know what you do? You shrink. We silence our voices. We abandon our dreams. And we do it for somebody who don't even notice the sacrifice.
Absolutely. And that's why tonight is about awakening. Love is supposed to be beautiful, but not at the cost of your identity. Wake up.
So if you've been shrinking for somebody to love you, let this be your wake-up call tonight, guys.
Okay, guys. Now remember, love that requires you to disappear, to lose yourself, isn't love. It's called erasure. And you were never meant to fade. That's not what God designed for you to be.
All right. You know what we need to do tonight, guys? We need to reclaim our power.
Yes.
You know what? And our peace. And you know what? And our purpose.
Yes. All right, Divine and Carlos Sotillo, thank you for joining us. Thank you, guys. You definitely need to do that. So this whole episode, guys, well, according to Call Me King J said, this whole episode is therapy for him. Thank you, Call Me King J. Also, thank you, Keith Henderson, Michael Irvin. Thank you guys for joining us. He says thank you, and that's what we do. That's what we try to do, is keep it real and bring you some information that can help you. And we love you as well.
And we also give a shout out to Rebuild Queen.
Yes.
She says, "I'm finally choosing me after 10 years. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We see you, sis. We see you.
Okay, guys. All right, guys. Now, this was a powerful topic. We hope you guys have learned something, because I learn something every time we have an episode, because this is healing for me too, because I want to become a better purpose of me. So what I'm going to do is give you my final thoughts, guys. So that you can go forward and we can use what we've learned tonight, because the power is in learning as well. Okay, tonight's episode was raw, it was real, but it was necessary. Love can be beautiful, but when people begin to give more than they can afford emotionally, spiritually, and financially, we're not loving. You're losing yourself. You're bleeding yourself, like you're bleeding out. I want you all to know that you are all worthy of love that sees you, supports you, and honors you. Never again should you sacrifice your freedom, your faith, or your foundation to be accepted by anyone. Love is not about suffering. It's about safety. It's about peace. It's about growth. So choose wisely, choose boldly, and always choose yourself first.
Exactly, guys. And I wanna leave this final thought with you guys as well. Okay, Man, Doc, that was deep. That was deep.
Yes, love yourself.
My final thoughts, guys.
Thank you, loving myself.
Wait a minute. Yeah, loving myself.
Thank
That's
you,
why
loving
I'm loving
myself.
myself. Yes.
Thank
Much
you.
love to you, girl.
Yes.
All right. My final thought is this. Real love ain't supposed to feel like a war. Okay? If every day feels like you're fighting to be heard, fighting to be seen, that ain't love, y'all.
It's not.
That's a battlefield. We've all done something wild for love. But moving forward, let's be wiser.
Yes.
Let's be smarter. Let's love without losing our damn mind.
All right. Okay.
All right? All right. To our community, we thank you guys.
Yes.
And we want you guys right now in this moment, before we leave y'all tonight, right now in this moment, we want y'all to go to YouTube, our YouTube channel. And it's at Live with J&B. And that's LIVWITHJANDB. Live with J&B. That's where all of our content lives. Everything that's J&B Live is on that YouTube channel. And to my podcast fam, hey, y'all know the drill. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeart, Pandora, Deezer, whatever your podcast listening comes from, we got you.
Yes.
Just type in J&B Live Podcast and you will see us right there.
Okay, guys.
All right, guys. We about to get out of here. We love you. We appreciate everything that you guys done for us, do for J&B. We appreciate it. As always, I'm your boy, Broker J3.
And I'm Dr. B.
And let's talk about it.
Thank you, guys.
We love you guys.